police in Los Angeles have asked for the public's help in bringing in a man on suspicion of the murder of Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder, 29, was named as a suspect overnight after allegedly getting into a dispute with Hussle, 33, before the fatal shooting on Sunday. The pair are believed to have been acquaintances. Today, the Los Angeles Police Department asked him to hand himself in or for members of the public to help bring him in. LAPD Chief Michelle Moore said in a press conference broadcast live on the police department's Twitter account, "We need the public's help in identifying Mr. Holder, who I have no doubt is watching this. I ask him to surrender." Chief Moore said he wanted Holder to go to a station and surrender and defend himself as he feels appropriate. The officer called it a senseless murder and said Holder is of substantial risk to public safety. Speaking of the circumstances surrounding the murder, he added, "We believe this to be a dispute between Mr. Hussle and Mr. Holder. It appears to be a personal matter between them, and I'll leave it at that," he added. He said, "We have identified Mr. Holder because we believe him to be the responsible individual for this killing." He said he believes the two parties were known to each other. The officer also said he believes Holder is a member of a street gang, but that the nature of the shooting had nothing to do with a rivalry between gangs. The officer said police are also interested in tracking down an unnamed female who was driving the car Holder rode in. Anyone with information about the shooting or Holder's location is asked to contact the LAPD. Hussle, whose debut album Victory Lap was nominated for a Grammy this year, was gunned down outside his clothing store in South La at about 3:20 p.m. by a young man at close range. According to the LAPD, the suspect walked over to Hussle and two friends and fired numerous shots before running through a nearby alley to a waiting car which was being driven by an unidentified female. Hussle, real name Ermias Asgdam, was pronounced dead on arrival at hospital, having been shot in the head. His two friends are said to be in a stable condition. It comes hours after at least 19 people were injured in a stampede at a vigil being held for the slain rapper. The cause of the stampede remains unclear, but left two critically hurt, two with seriously, and the rest with non-life-threatening injuries. According to fire chiefs, the critically injured pair suffered penetrating, traumatic injury with cause unknown, while the rest sustained trample injuries. Police have since stated that reports of shots being fired at the vigil do not appear to be accurate. Hussle grew up in La and was a member of Crips gang, Rollin' 60s, until he turned his life around and became a community organizer. "I grew up in gang culture," he told the Los Angeles Times in 2018. "We dealt with death, with murder. It was like living in a war zone where people die on these blocks and everybody is a little bit immune to it." Read more showbiz editors' picks.